Diepsloot, where we find Nqobile Madlala, who has moved on from the briefing by the IEC. Nqobile, we do understand that there's a lot of activity surrounding registration weekend. Give us a sense of what's happening in Diepsloot this afternoon.
Well, we have noted that some of the people trickling into Diepsloot who are trying to get, of course, registered. But what we're noting now is that it's kind of calmed down a bit. This is, of course, compared to the time when people started coming in during the day. We know that during the afternoon were the times that people were most likely going to come and register. But, of course, there's still a Sunday where they will be able to catch up if they haven't registered. I want to bring in now a youth that was also here to register to get their vote. When it's voting time. Sisi uthe uzoregister la. Mawucabangela ukuthi ivote lizokwenzelani?
Ngicabanga ukuthi elami ivote lizosiza umphakathi ukuthi uqede icrime eyenzakalayo la eDiepsloot, because icrime la iningi, abantu bayafa every day, especially ibhamu, because zona ziningi. And nokuthi iyouth yala eDiepsloot ibhema idakamizwa kakhulu, amakristali, nyawupe, insango. So bayenza ubugebengu so that bakhona ukukhava ukuthi bathenge idakamizwa lezi bazifunayo. So ngicabanga ukuthi iphathi le ngizoyivotela izokhona ukusiza abantwana abancane ukuthi nabo at least babe ne something ebayenza, rather ukuthi bahambe bayotshontsha ukuze babheme idakamizwa.
Just briefly, she's explaining there to us that it's high crime in this area, and so she believes that if she registers to vote and when she gets time to vote, it will be easier for that party that she will vote for them to address the needs of the youth so that they don't actually end up taking drugs and being involved in the crime that's taking place in this area. She also hopes that there will be a way that they will curb the crime that's currently taking place in the area. Now I want to bring in some of the leaders. We have in the past spoken to Chair, who's one of the leaders in this area, and I remember that I spoke to you when there was mob justice, where people, it was of course speculated that people had been involved in this mob justice because some of the people that were at the time victims of that mob justice were criminals in the area. But I want to find out now, has there ever been a change in terms of crime in this area, and what happens now?
There's never been change in the community. In the past 3 weeks, we have 10 murders in Diepsloot. As even here where we are standing, the second street, Nqobile, I'll say there was a murder. There was a killing on Tuesday. Then there was a shooting on the street. The police were there. There's no change. But yesterday when I was at the youth center with the top management of the police station, the acting station commander, the head of VISPOL, and then the president of Operation Dudula, because we want to intervene as the organization to say, can we augment the current CPF? Can we take the current CPF to training and arm them? So there's no improvement, although what I heard yesterday from the acting station commander is to say they've deployed many police officers currently. But on Tuesday again, we had a ATM bombing at the back of the police station, is the next garage. So the situation has not changed at all. We are living in fear. Even on my street 2 weeks back, they shot an Uber driver, they shot a taxi driver. So on Tuesday we had 4 murders, 2 casualties who are in hospital. So the situation in Diepsloot is not changing. And then now one of the community members on weekend asked me a simple question to say, Chair, we can see you are going up and down. Your voters are dying. What are you saying about that? It was a difficult question to answer. Because as Operation Dudula and the community, we are not in the ruling party. We don't control the budget to implement safety and security. It's very painful, Nqobile. Even today when you can see we are at the voting station, but the community members keep asking the simple question to say, when are you going to defend us? Do you come to us only when you want votes, but you are failing to deliver service delivery? You are failing to implement safety and security. It is very painful. But I'm happy the president of OD was here. We sat down yesterday with the CPF, the politician management, and then we are planning to implement a program that will fight the scourge of crime in Diepsloot.
All right. Thank you very much, Chair. I want to bring in EFF now, also convener who is here. And you also one of the people that are trying to get this ward to vote for you, of course. But the question is, how are you going to prevent this crime that everyone is talking about in Diepsloot?
Thank you, Nqobile, and we welcome you again in Diepsloot, the most dangerous township in the whole South Africa. It's a mess. There is voter apathy on our youth because they experience crime every day. It doesn't motivate them, or they don't see any reason to come out to vote. But as the EFF, we want to encourage them that we are the government, we are ready, and they must come and register to vote. This is the only chance where we can change the system that is being used by the government, because the government or the ruling party has failed dismissally in this area. So we just want to encourage young people that let's come. This is your constitutional rights to register to vote, so that if Ramaphosa can announce the date on the 8th of May, you are ready to make a difference in Diepsloot. It's very pity what is happening in our area. To see a dead body lying on the road, it's a norm to our young people. So we need something very drastically that can change the environment of Diepsloot. And we believe that as a EFF, we are ready to take over this place and the government and change the overall security, so that our people should be protected every day. And when they sleep, they should never be bothered about the criminals. And we promise that we'll do so.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us. EFF and Operation Dudula sitting side by side here, trying to encourage some of the voters to listen to what they are putting on the table. Of course, one of the major issues in this area being crime. We've been in the area quite a number of times where the community has complained about that crime, asking that the government does intervene. At some point, you'll remember there was a whole strike, or protest rather, where they were asking for the president to come to Diepsloot and sort of see what is taking place in this area. And now EFF and Operation Dudula, they're saying that they have plans in terms of fighting the crime as organizations. But the youth here is just asking for solutions, really, and the solution is for the crime to be eliminated and for them to get work.